Oh, hello. I'm Sketch.
And I'm Shades.
And this is
Mindstram.
Welcome back, long-time listeners. Welcome back, Shades.
Welcome back, Sketch.
And welcome back, all you gobblers out there, because it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, Shades.
Or not. Or if that's not your thing, thank you, Sketch. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
And guys, if you're joining us live for this midstream, then that means quote unquote live. That means you just took in our Thanksgiving special. Congo. Of course.
Because nothing says Thanksgiving like.
Well, we Googled movies that featured carving meat. And
it was
Congo was the top.
Was this or Freebirds.
Yep.
And we thought Congo was the more appropriate.
Absolutely.
The more appropriate vehicle.
And of course, it was our giving thanks episode because it was a long time listener request from Nobody from Jakku. So I hope you enjoyed it, Nobody from Jakku.
As do I. Well played.
And everyone else who listened, because I thought it was great.
I have to say, long time. You're in the know. Long time listeners. When I edit the episodes, I get to listen through, and that was a fun one. I spared you an extra 5 minutes of Jansport back.
I was shocked when I was re-listening.
Pleasantly shocked.
Because I was like,
"Oh, this is gonna be a rough one."
Shades doesn't edit anything, so the LTLs, they're in for it.
They're gonna get an earful. We're gonna blow some eardrums.
And no, it was delightful. It was delightful.
Normally,
we got it. We got the anchor. We still got the anchor.
Yes. Yeah. There was a moment when we were recording that sketch that like your eyes kind of bulged, and I realized I had really lost it in that moment. I was that's gonna wake the longtime listeners up.
I had to take the old cans off for a second.
You were like, "Oh, I have such a headache" when we were recording our next property.
Yeah.
But we couldn't imagine why.
Jansport.
Oof.
We lost our sponsorship.
We did. There were a few legal inquiries, but it was determined I said nothing false.
Yeah.
We did have a longtime listener, Dan, wrote in and said, I had totally forgotten, but I remember so many people having those backpacks and they were, quote, garbage quality.
There you go.
And longtime friend of the pod, Tim Hoshi, also let us know that he agreed. He agreed that I said nothing false.
Hey, listen, I am not defending Jansport backpack. I just never had one, so I couldn't. I couldn't.
Nor is Jansport, Sketch.
Yeah, no, they have not weighed in on this. They have taken their beating. And
Tim Hoshi specifically, quote, "I had that backpack." So
there you go. Thank you, Tim Hoshi.
From Tim Hoshi's keypad to your ears, longtime listeners. We got to get Tim Hoshi back on the pod, Sketch.
Absolutely, Tim Hoshi, right in with what you'd like to cover.
What do you want to cover?
There's some good stuff out there.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually have an idea. I have an idea, actually.
Okay.
We'll discuss
it. Off mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have something from the Congo episode because there was a disagreement early on in the episode.
Oh, okay.
Gorilla v Ape.
Oh, okay.
Gorilla v Ape. And we settled on two different things. Gorilla and ape.
Well, I believe the discrepancy was monkey versus ape.
Yeah, and
they were monkeys and then apes, and then we settled on gorillas, I believe.
Yes, okay. But a gorilla,
yes,
like a chimpanzee, and orangutan and gibbon, are all apes.
Okay.
Any of various large tailless semi-erect primates of Africa and Southeastern Asia.
I see.
So there we go. That is from Merriam-Webster. The horse's mouth.
So to be classified as an ape, it has to be able to walk upright.
Yep, and have no tail.
Yeah. Okay, that's
go.
clear.
Murder gorillas
are apes. Murder apes, murder gorillas, interchangeable.
There you go.
I like murder gorilla. I'm not gonna.
Oh no, murder gorilla is the merch is already being printed.
Hashtag murder gorilla. Team murder gorillas.
Yeah, there's no going back now. There's no going back.
Hashtag team murder gorillas.
Oh, just when you thought the world was getting better, coming in 2022.
Coming to you soon.
Absolutely. Okay. Well. Speaking of longtime listener write-ins, I also got some write-in from the man himself, from the request maker himself.
Okay.
Nobody from Jakku.
All right.
Here we go. He has one answer to our big questions, and then two big questions of his own. So first is answer for how the murder gorillas were able to survive. What were they eating? I believe was the question.
That was the question.
And he says at one point, Peter identifies the pile of bones of what they have been eating as normal gorillas, hence Amy being orphaned.
Oh,
so they were chomping down on Amy's pod, her gorilla pod.
Oh, that's dark.
Yeah, that's how she got orphaned and brought over to the States.
Sketch.
Yeah,
that makes sense. It was right there.
It makes complete sense.
That's on us.
And yep.
Guys, we're professionals, but when we miss something, we own it.
Yeah, call us on it, and we'll clarify
and tell you why you're wrong.
Exactly.
Except you're not wrong in this instance.
Here's his first big question.
Okay.
Why do they continue to keep what's his name? What's Tim Curry's name?
Herkimer Homolka.
Okay, so why do they keep keeping Herkimer Homolka around? 3 different times during the movie, his uselessness and or shady past is brought up. 1, he doesn't have the funds to pay for the fuel, and Laura Linney's character has to pay. 2, Delroy Lindo says to get rid of him. And 3, Captain Kelly thinks he murdered his previous expedition. And that's all before they even get on the plane and it gets shot down.
That's a great question. I do not have an answer to that question, other than it's flipping Tim Curry, and he is a treasure of some nation, England, I believe. And I was glad he remained in the movie. The minute his character died, the movie became 90% less fun.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, strong agree. His death cinematically was needed. Yes. Unfortunately, plot wise, nobody from Jakku makes some good points.
Oh,
all they deposit in the movie is that he should not be there, and there is no reason for him to be there.
Absolutely, and he contributes nothing to like the legend of Zinj.
Yeah.
After they get there, and he's like, Zinj.
The only thing he does is he translates the hieroglyphs that Peter then wrongly says are meant for the gorillas.
Right.
And then he's ripped apart. And
I 100% agree.
Gorilla comeuppance right there. So yeah, good point. Nobody from Jakku. As soon as he didn't pay for the fuel,
he had no.
He should be out. On it. There's no reason to be there. Everything else is set up. Laura Linney just needs to get there.
Right. It made absolutely no sense because they still believe he's like a financier trying to like just release the gorilla into the wild. They don't know until they meet Delroy Lindo's character in Pasadena, California, not Uganda, that he's somehow nefarious. We've kind of been clued in on that, but the characters in the movie haven't.
Yeah, and that's their first time really being. It's really laid out for them. You should not be trusting this man.
You should not trust this guy.
He should put down my sesame cakes
right now.
Yeah.
Get that.
Second question from nobody from Jakku. We know you do.
Seared in my brain.
The second question from nobody Jakku. Where did the pilots go after jumping out? We would have noticed them tagging along around the way, especially as one of them was played by Mr. Margaritaville himself, Jimmy Buffett.
What? How did we miss that in the research? Are you kidding me?
After he said that, I did look it up, and yes, that is Jimmy Buffett. He's the mustached pilot of the plane that is shot down.
What is the story of that, and how did I not find? Did you spot Jimmy Buffett's cameo in Jurassic World? Apparently, he's in Jurassic World.
He's in Jurassic. I know he's in Jurassic World, which is why my answer to this question. I remember him running
with the margarita in his hand.
With the margaritas, and that's why I say he did survive, because his character shows up in Jurassic World saving the margaritas.
Jimmy Buffett as he's 727 pilot Congo. Yeah. Wow, that's I mean. I wonder what that story is.
Such a throwaway part, because literally he jumps out the plane, and nobody from Jakku's right, never to be seen again. Not even as like murder gorilla fodder, like or ghost tribe. Like they're just gone.
I mean, I guess his private helicopter came and picked them up and brought them to Margaritaville.
That's it. Yeah,
that is bonkers.
He probably has some sort of thing like he can't die. Like he'll do a cameo, but he can't die. He definitely can't be ripped apart.
Is he credited? Was he credited in the movie?
When I was looking at IMDb, now I didn't go back to the actual credits of the movie, but like on the IMDb page for Jimmy Buffett,
his IMDb page, it credits it, but I don't know if the movie credited it.
Right, and like it was interesting because the Jurassic World one on IMDb is listed as uncredited.
Right. I'm so shocked because, I mean, longtime listeners, I do my best to track down as many like bonkers fun facts about these movies. This didn't come up.
Yeah, but that says something about the movie, not you, because I mean the history of this movie was so rich.
It really was.
And layered with bananas, no pun intended, but also kind of intended. That Jimmy Buffett making a cameo doesn't even make the list of banana-ness, I guess.
It is a bonkers movie.
Yeah. And I had fun. I had a blast.
No gorillas harmed in the making of this movie.
This was definitely one of those movies where I had like way more fun talking about it than watching it. But I still had fun watching it too.
I got a good chuckle in the edit when like cut to 1995, back of a movie theater.
Oh yeah,
Michael Crichton.
Goddamn, got a gorilla. I still deposit that happens until I am proven wrong.
I
100% believe that's what happened.
Yeah.
And guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, you got to listen back to the episode.
Listen to the episode. Do we have any more Congo?
No. I don't think I do, at least.
We got if we could backtrack. It's been a while since we've done a midstream, long-time listeners. We did get a follow-up question about our Halloween special, Demon Nights. Some clarification. Long-time listener Dan also wrote in with quote, "It's been a while since he's seen the movie, but he always thought that Billy Zane was the Demon Knight, not William Sadler."
Interesting.
And we I listened back to it. We did play a little fast and loose with who the Demon Knight is. I think that was just organically in us talking about it, and there are so many, like, Billy Zane is referred to as the Collector. He refers to himself as a demon, as the Demon Knight. And William Sadler like has a couple different names for like what his role is. Yeah. But Sketch, definitively, where do you come down on this? Who's the Demon Knight?
I had never thought about it until it came up organically in the episode. Like it had never even crossed my mind. I guess I assumed, based on absolutely nothing, that William Sadler's character was the Demon
Knight.
But that looking back at the movie, I don't even know if I have due cause to believe that. I think you could easily make a case for either. And I don't even know if the movie knows for sure.
There's one succinct I had to listen back to the episode because I couldn't make, it was a coin toss. But at one point Billy Zane clearly says to Jada Pinkett,
yeah,
you might be the first champion chosen that gets a demon knight to cross over.
Yeah.
So
that seems to be his
script-wise, that would deposit to me that Billy Zane is the demon knight. And then I guess like the movie is actually his story.
Yeah, I guess.
And I am just that leaves me like I have so many more big questions about the movie then, because it deposits that there's a new demon knight that's following her that goes to get on the bus. There's a new collector. Spoilers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Listen to the episode or watch
at the end.
Movie.
We get that. Yeah. Forgot about that.
So I'm with longtime listener Dan on this one. I think Billy Zane is the demon knight. I think we played a little fast and loose with that, and it was a little unclear in the episode.
Yeah, and I'm still not clear on it, but I'll get behind that Billy Zane is the demon knight, the knight who is a demon. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't get the cowboy hoedown lowdown outfit then.
No. I think it was just for that line.
At no time does he ever like pick up a sword and armor.
No.
But
no, not very knightish.
Man, I would love if like I ever meet Billy Zane, just be like, Mr. Zane, Billy.
Yeah,
goes to walks.
Oh, please call me Billy. Yeah.
He'd be like, please call me Ghost to Walks.
Yeah.
Ghost to Walks. What was with the duster and the cowboy hat at the beginning of Demon Knight? And I just want to be like, yeah, I just pulled that off some prop closet before I went on set. I would love that.
I'd totally buy it. Totally buy it. Yeah. I would say just like my Michael Crichton story, until you are proven wrong.
It happened.
I think just believe it. Yeah, absolutely.
I would love that. All right.
Well, as long as we're playing catch up, anything for Guns Akimbo? I mean, I got nothing for Guns Akimbo. Yeah,
I might watch it on like Black Friday or something.
Why not?
Feels appropriate.
Yeah, it does. It does kind of, doesn't it?
It feels like a run around in your bathrobe kind of day.
Yeah, it's just Daniel Radcliffe. Daniel Radcliffe.
An army of Daniel Radcliffe.
An army of Daniel Radcliffe
versus The Rock.
Yep.
I mean, that would be perfect. I don't care what the movie is.
Oh yeah, it could be anything. You put it could be a bunch of children versus a mall Santa, and it's just like nothing but Daniel Radcliffe's dressed up as various children.
Oh my god, that hit me. That hit me in like just the right place,
just the right spot.
That hit. You know where that hit me? Sketch. That hit me in the same place as if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Oh, perfect! If I hit the wrench zone. Always aiming for the wrench zone.
Oh my goodness! Someday we're going to do that.
Sure, I'm all for it.
Someday we're going to do that on the pod. Long time listeners, I just clipped the mic. I apologize. I'm not in my normal amazing setup. I'm on the move. I'm in a undisclosed location mid-streaming.
Hastily set up.
Hastily. En route to the next.
The only way we do it.
Yeah.
Hastily.
Well,
speaking of the next episode, I mean, should we get into the next? Oh, wait, no, you have some news to share first.
I do?
Yes. Our Patreon's back up.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. It was the day Radcliffe's mall Santa.
Hastily set up.
Our longtime listeners, our Patreon is back. We had a Patreon. And thank you so much to all of our patrons who supported the show while it was up. Things got a little dicey during pandemic. Our content got started to wane, if you will.
Pandemic, man.
Pandemic. We, guys, we stayed on air through like all of pandemic. One of the few podcasts that never went on hiatus during.
We made it work.
We did. We did our best. We stayed on the air.
We were like flying a patched together plane.
That's a great analogy. But we made it work, and the Patreon suffered, however, let's say. And so we did deactivate it for a spell there. Didn't feel right to keep it up since we weren't putting content out. But our Patreon is back. We are a 100%.
Some might say better than ever.
Some might. We are a 100% fan-supported show. We don't run any ads for things that we don't believe in and you don't care about. We're not looking for corporate sponsorships. We're here. We're geeking out. We're having fun. It's a conversation back and forth with you, the listener. And so, if you are so inclined, we've retooled the Patreon. It's one tier, the big one, $5 a month. You can, of course, give more if you like, but that is the one and only tier. And you're going to unlock all kinds of wonderful bonus content, including a new segment that we call. We workshop the name a little bit. It took us a spell to settle on.
Yeah, but I think we landed. I think we landed on a good one.
Yeah. You want to share it, Sketch?
Off mic.
On mic.
On mic. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just. I mean, because how many times do we say we do talk off
about
mic?
That off? Yeah, we talked about that off mic.
And now we're like, you know what? F it. Yeah. Let's put some of it on mic.
Yeah. So we've got,
and it's way more casual. It's you know,
fun.
You're not going to hear us. You're not going to hear us looking at our notes and be like, "What did I write down while I was watching this movie?" We just go, "Let me tell you what really got me in this."
And what really grinded my rinder.
Oh, good old rind grinder and Simeon slicer.
Oh yeah. Maybe those will be future segments. Who knows? But there are a few exclusive episodes up on the Patreon right now. When you join our Patreon, you get access to a exclusive RSS feed. All of our past content will download to that. You'll have access to it. You can add it to. You can listen to it on Patreon, or you can add it to your podcast platform of your choice, and just have it update to your app player, whatever, what have you. However, the kids listen to the podcast these days.
You kids and you pods.
So if you would like to be a patron of Geeking Out with Shades and Sketch, you can find us at patreon.com/Shades and Sketch. And we should have some new content dropping with our next episode.
Is it time to talk about our next episode?
Well, before we get to that, Sketch, we used to do this segment where we talked about news and like what was happening, and I just don't give a shit. I like what I like. I watch what I like, and I want to share the things that I like that I watched with our longtime listeners. I think it's a much better use of our time. Things that may never make it to the show for a proper episode. So just some things that I've watched recently that I'd love to share with our longtime listeners. If you were on the fence, the new Netflix Ryan Reynolds Rock Gal Gadot movie, Red Notice, fucking fantastic. It's a part heist movie, part Indiana Jones, part like Clue, whodunit, mystery, keep you guessing kind of thing, and it's just fun, and it's better than like the last Ocean's 11, Indiana Jones, and like movie extravaganza that you've seen. It's standalone. It could have a sequel, but maybe it won't. Maybe it'll have different actors. It was just fun. It was just fun. Just a fun 2 hours. I laughed. I cried.
Very good.
It tickled the historian in me.
Oh, nice.
It was really well done. You know, mild spoiler. Anytime we're like giving Nazis their comeuppance, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in. Anything you've been watching, Sketch?
No, not really. I mean, it's been a pretty busy time in real life for me. So not a lot of like watching time. I've been playing a game I'm really loving.
Ooh, what are you playing?
I'm playing Hollow Knight from a recommendation of my cousin. Actually, it's a platformer. It's like a more small independent. Actually, it's incredibly independent. If what he told me is true, it was only made and developed by 2 people. But it's just really fun. It's this little 2D platformer, and you're just this little. It's like almost like an insect world, but it almost feels a little like Tim Burton. And
that sounds fun. What is the name of it?
It's called Hollow Knight. Knight. I play it on my Switch, but it's also on Steam. And then I don't know if like the PlayStation Store has it and the Xbox Store. I'm not sure. It could. But yeah, well, it's a little solo adventure, and it's just really very aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Really like the world that it's set in. It's one of these games that you kind of get into it and you don't know the story, and you uncover the story as you play through. It's not like the old days with like the old NES cartridges where you read the story first in the booklet and then you're like, okay, now I'm playing.
Yeah, now I get it.
It's one of those where it unfolds as you play. So yeah, I'm just really liking that. My WoW subscription officially ran out this past week, and I'm like totally fine with that. Yeah. What the nail in the coffin was for me was I'm a collector. You know this. I like to collect things in games. And one of the things in WoW that you could collect is armor sets and transmogrifications to make your character look good. And they just made, like, the week that my subscription was about to run out, they made this gorgeous armor set. And I was like, oh shit, that looks beautiful. I would love to get that. And then I saw the only way to get it is with your own credit card. That's it.
What?
Just buy it. Don't earn it in a game, just buy it. Whoa, and I was like,
microtransaction in game.
If we're going that way, then I'm definitely not keeping my subscription. So,
Fortnite does that every once in a while. They're like, you can get this thing, but you just have to pay like $3.99 for the skin if you really want it. And I thought about it. And it's like, it does rub me the wrong way, because you can just like earn V-Bucks in game and just unlock stuff, or if put in your credit card and buy V-Bucks and then buy stuff. But it's like it does kind of sit. It's one thing to make you buy in-game cash, buy things, because you can also earn in-game cash. But that's one thing. But when they're like, you just have to drop money on it, and we made this thing, it's so awesome, and we're just going to guarantee that we get money out of it that you can't earn in game to get the loot. Like, we just want your money. It does feel really dirty to me, especially something like WoW that's subscription based,
and we're in the middle of a content drought,
right?
Where between the lawsuit and the pandemic, there's really not a lot entering the game, and so then to finally have something fresh and new enter the game, and oh, by the way, it's not part of the game or your subscription fee, it's additional. No thanks. I'll play Hollow Knight right now.
That feels really not good.
Yep. There's a lot about Blizzard right now that feels really not good.
Oh, yeah. So I hard agree with that.
Yep. So, so that's really it. I'm not really watching anything.
The other thing that I just watched that I really enjoyed was a show called Arcane that just dropped.
Is that also on Netflix?
It might be. For some reason, I can't remember what service I watched it on, but it's entirely. Yeah, it is. It is Netflix. It is. I guess I'm just a shill for Netflix these days.
Yeah.
I think that says something about the service, though.
Yeah, you love it.
I do love it, but I love it because, it's pumping good new content into my home. I don't have to go anywhere for it. I don't have to go to a theater where I could put myself or someone else in danger, because that's still a thing.
And I know what else you like about Netflix.
Don't refrigerate your tomatoes.
You like their user interface.
I love their user interface. But yeah, so Arcane, League of Legends. I guess it's inside the League of Legends universe, which is not a game that I ever played. Are you familiar with League of Legends?
I only know of it. I've never played it.
Is it a mobile game? What is it? Is it comics?
Do not know. It's only something I've heard of, spoken about.
As have I. And I guess the only thing I knew is that in Fortnite, one of the characters was an unlock a skin that you could buy. Jinx or Powder, however you know the character. So it's another one of those things where, Dragon's Blood, the Dota series, or Castlevania, that, a new story within this IP, as everything is these days. We just have to accept that there are very few original content ideas that are out there. But I really enjoyed the story. The animation was really beautiful. They looked like comic art brought to life. I instantly wanted to text you that to check this show out, because when they do close-ups of the characters, it really does look like specifically it looks like the old video game booklet art.
Interesting.
Like maybe a Gauntlet or like not, I'm going to say Dungeons and Dragons, but that's not it. Ghosts and Goblins. Like, like it's, I don't have the art language to talk about it. It's not quite watercolor or pastel, but it's like it's like has that kind of like shading quality to it, where it looks like the game art, or like a lot of the sketches that you would find in or the artwork that you would find in a Dungeons and Dragons manual. That's what I was going for.
There you go.
And it's just really beautiful to look at. The story's well constructed. It could be a one and done. It could get other seasons. I actually like that they dropped it in 3-episode chunks. They didn't drop the whole series. They dropped 3 episodes every week. So you could both binge it and stretch it out.
Nice.
So I would watch 3 half-hour episodes at a time and then go a week and watch 3 more. Or the second week, I watched one on Monday, I watched one on a Wednesday, I watched one on a Friday, and then when I got to Friday, the next batch of episodes came out and binged it. So interesting. I think everybody's trying to figure out their new
release schedule.
Drop it every week, because there have been some issues with that. Why the Last Man, which I had recommended in an episode, is canceled, and the cancellation flat out canceled, largely because they dropped it 1 episode a week and it didn't have the viewership numbers that they wanted. And that's your fault, Hulu and FX, for dropping an episode 1 day a week. People don't watch content like that anymore. They want to binge it. So I'm sure a lot of people were waiting until the series was done so they could binge it.
Yeah.
So that's that. I really enjoyed that. And I'll just say, we waited, I think, 3 years for it. Sketch, Cowboy Bebop live action. In my opinion, it did not disappoint. Oh, hey, look at that. It's the Netflix trifecta for me this week.
Yeah, it really is.
Wow. Cowboy Bebop, fucking brilliant. I don't understand the critics that are like, oh, it's like listening to a cover band of your favorite band. It's like, we're going to make music references because music was such a big component of this show. It's fucking amazing. How did I describe it to you? It's like the Earth 2 version of the anime. Like,
yeah,
Our Earth had the anime and like Earth 2 had this live action series. I think they're both fucking awesome. And like seeing Daniela Pineda as Faye, John Cho as Spike, and Mustafa Shakir as Jet Black. Oh my goodness. Like, Mustafa Shakir was like born to play Jet Black. He is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of like squint your eyes and John Cho as Spike. It's not like he embodies the character well. I really enjoyed it. No qualms. But Mustafa Shakir is like Jet Black stepping off the anime and into the real world. And
absolutely.
I am just so
I haven't finished it, but I'm about halfway through the season.
That's all I'll say. Maybe it'll be an episode, maybe it won't. Maybe we'll do an off mic. But man, I cannot say enough good things about the Cowboy Bebop series. If you haven't watched it yet, please go watch it. It's so good, in my humble opinion.
There you go. A lot of things. You've been seeing a lot of things.
Thank you, Netflix.
Yeah.
I've been bouncing a lot of audio sketch.
I guess so.
There's a lot of waiting that goes on.
Yeah. So does that bring us to our next episode?
I think it does, Sketch.
Well, if Thanksgiving is over, then
that brings us to
the Christmas season.
Yeah, or not the
holiday season, the wintry holiday season. But Christmas is going to play pretty big in our next episode, because we are
the hot chocolate is hotting. The candy canes are caning. The
chestnuts are roasting.
Extra large cheese pizzas are being delivered.
The animals are filthy. You filthy animals. The bandits are sticky and wet. Guys, we are finally. I've been wanting to do this one for a while. We're doing Home Alone, and we're doing the Kevin McAllister duo. So Home Alone 1
and Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. And then for our patrons, you can head over to our Patreon and listen to our off-mic conversation of Home Alone 3.
Yeah.
That is all I'll say.
Different type of conversation, different things to say. I'll say that different things to say. Now, Shades, will the Patreon episode be dropping the same day as the regular episode? Is that the schedule?
Thereabouts. I try as best as I can to get the Patreon out in a timely fashion to the episode drop. So we'll see what happens there.
So there you go, 1 and 2 for everybody. And then if you want to hear our thoughts on 3, Patreon exclusive, off my
There you go.
But regardless, Home Alone is next, and
yes, it is
pumped.
Cannot wait.
Yeah,
you filthy animals.
I love how we just keep referencing the fake movie in the movie.
Well, I mean, the fake movie is quite possibly
Angels
as
with a
good.
filthy soul.
Yeah. And I do want to, at the top of before the episode even comes out, I have a major take backsies correction.
Oh.
In the Home Alone episode, I say that Chris Columbus is dead.
Yeah, R.I.P.
And that he's one of my least favorite directors, i.e. Goonies. And that was just a spur of the moment snafu.
Yeah.
Foot in my mouth. Chris Columbus, very much alive. Very much alive. And I enjoy Chris Columbus's movies. Richard Donner, deceased, no longer with us, director of The Goonies. Chris Columbus, screenwriter of The Goonies. So that was just a snafu on my part.
So what you're saying is still right in when you hear it.
That recording session was a rough patch for me. I was on the mend from a couple things.
It was this is a preemptive take backseat.
This is a preemptive take backseat. Longtime listeners, I was 100% wrong on this. Chris Columbus, one of the first 3 Harry Potter movies, I believe, are Chris Columbus, and they are by far the most magical, closest to the books. Much better than, I think it's the first 3. It's definitely the first 2 with Richard. Can't think of his name. The first Dumbledore, Richard.
I don't know. I don't know actors.
I want to say Richard Armitage. I know that's not right. He's the voice of the guy from Castlevania.
Oh,
that's wrong.
Yeah,
I know that's
that
wrong.
Wouldn't be him. That wouldn't be him.
It's very wrong. It's very wrong. But anyway, he directed at least the first 2 Harry Potters, and I think directorially, structurally, those are the best films. Anyway,
we'll have things to say with how he did in Home Alone.
And Home Alone, yeah. So Chris Columbus, very much alive, and not one of my least favorite directors. So there you have it.
Okay, now I do not want anything bad to happen between now and then. But what if you did this preemptive take backseat,
and then Chris Columbus died?
Yeah, and I don't want that to happen. But what? Then you'd have to do a take backseat.
Yeah, that would.
Hopefully that it doesn't come to that.
That would be really not good. I mean, Chris Columbus is lobbying very heavily right now to get the Triforce of Hogwarts back together for Cursed Child, which I know J.K. Rowling and the universe has lost some of its shimmer, but like I said, those movies are so good. I would enjoy seeing Radcliffe, Grint, and Watson back on the screen, because they are chronologically the appropriate age to play the adult versions of the characters in the books. They're now all in their 30s, which is kind of mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Quick recommendation. There's an episode of Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend with Daniel Radcliffe, and that is what Conan O'Brien gets hung up on, that he interviewed Daniel Radcliffe when he was
just a child.
10-year-old boy, and now he's 30. And Conan had some trouble with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet teachers have a hard time with that when they find out about their past students who have grown up.
A long time. I've talked about that on the pod. I was a teacher for 13 years. It's kind of whenever I see tangentially that a student I had as a freshman is now like married with 4 kids, I'm just like, oh God, I'm old.
Yeah. Puts things in perspective for you.
Yeah.
That's why I work with mummies, because it keeps me young forever.
What am I doing with my life, long-time listeners?
Yeah. Well, you're watching a lot of Netflix.
Doing all the Netflix. Someone's got to do it, and I'm here for you. I am here for you, long-time listeners. I'm going to watch.
I thought you were going to say, I'm here for you, Netflix. I'm here for you, Netflix.
I'm also here for Netflix. Yep. Netflix. You're the only one for me.
There you go. All right, so guys, so our next episode, Home Alone for the holiday season. Kevin McAllister. Why can't I think of his name right now? Macaulay Culkin, that's his name.
Yeah.
Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern, and
some of those stories that came off the set were just like, shocking.
You're in for a treat. You're in for a treat,
listeners.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll
see you next time.
See you next time.